Most small businesses think smart devices are harmless conveniences until hackers prove otherwise. Just last month, a retail shop owner in Denver thought the same thing. They had smart lighting throughout their store, a connected security system, and even smart thermostats to save on energy costs. Everything seemed perfectly safe with updated passwords and basic security measures in place. Then one Tuesday morning, nothing worked. The lights wouldn't turn on. The security system was offline. Even worse, their point-of-sale system was completely locked down. Hackers had infiltrated through their smart lighting network and spread throughout their entire business infrastructure. The attack cost them 3 days of downtime and thousands in lost revenue. Here's what most business owners don't realize. Changing passwords on smart devices isn't enough. Hackers don't just target weak passwords anymore. They exploit overlooked weaknesses that exist in the devices themselves, in how they communicate with each other, and in vulnerabilities that manufacturers never bothered to fix. Your smart devices create hidden pathways that hackers use to reach your most valuable business data. The dangerous truth is that every smart device in your business represents a potential entry point for cybercriminals. They're counting on you, thinking that basic security measures will keep you safe. They're betting that you'll never consider the advanced threats that most businesses don't even know exist. I'm Kevin, CEO of Sentry Systems. My team has been studying how cybercriminals evolve their tactics, and we've learned something critical. Small businesses need to outthink sophisticated attackers, not just react to them. The old approach of fixing problems after they happen doesn't work anymore. Today, I'm going to show you 3 advanced strategies that go far beyond basic fixes. These aren't complicated technical solutions that require an IT degree. These are smart, proactive approaches that create real protection for your business. You'll see exactly how that Denver retail shop rebuilt their security using these same tactics, and how they eliminated the blind spots that made them vulnerable in the first place. Let's dig deeper into what really happened at that Denver retail shop. The owner, Sarah, had done everything her IT provider recommended. She changed all default passwords, updated firmware when she remembered to, and even installed basic antivirus software on her computers. On paper, her security looked solid. The attack started with her smart lighting system. These lights were connected to her business Wi-Fi network, just like most smart devices. The hackers didn't need to crack her Wi-Fi password or break through her firewall. Instead, they exploited a vulnerability in the lighting system's firmware that the manufacturer had never patched. Once inside the lighting network, the attackers had access to the same network that connected her point-of-sale system, security cameras, and business computers. This is called lateral movement, and it's exactly how modern cyber attacks work. Hackers don't need to break down your front door when they can sneak in through an unlocked window and then move freely throughout your entire building. The sophisticated part wasn't the initial breach. The real damage came from how the attackers mapped her entire network, identified her most valuable systems, and then systematically locked down everything that mattered to her business operations. They knew exactly which systems would cause the most disruption and financial damage. Sarah's traditional IT approach missed 3 critical elements. First, her smart devices were living on the same network as her sensitive business systems. Second, she had no automated way to track and update firmware across all her connected devices. Third, she never evaluated the security of devices before bringing them into her business environment. The attack cost Sarah $8,000 in lost revenue, emergency IT support, and system recovery. But the real cost was the 3 days her business couldn't operate normally. Her customers couldn't make purchases, her inventory system was offline, and her security cameras weren't recording. She was completely blind to what was happening in her own store. What made this attack particularly devastating was how preventable it was. The vulnerability that hackers exploited had been known for months, but Sarah had no system in place to identify and address these risks proactively. Her reactive security approach left her business wide open to exactly this type of sophisticated attack. Here's how Sarah rebuilt her security using 3 advanced strategies that go way beyond basic password protection. These aren't just theoretical concepts. These are the exact tactics that transformed her vulnerable business into a secure operation. First, network segmentation with zero trust controls. This means creating separate network zones that isolate your smart devices from your critical business systems. Think of it like having separate keys for different areas of your building. Your smart lights get their own network segment that can't communicate with your point-of-sale system or customer database. Sarah implemented what's called a zero-trust approach. Every device has to prove it belongs on the network before it can access anything. Her smart lighting now lives in its own isolated segment. Even if hackers compromise those lights again, they can't jump to her business-critical systems. The attack stops at the network boundary. The second strategy is automated firmware governance. This is where most businesses fail completely. You can't manually track firmware updates across dozens of smart devices. Sarah now has automated systems that monitor every connected device, identify available security patches, and schedule updates during off hours. Here's what this looks like in practice. Her system automatically scans all devices weekly, compares current firmware versions against manufacturer databases, and flags any devices running outdated software. Critical security patches get applied immediately. Non-critical updates get scheduled for maintenance windows. She never has to remember to check for updates because the system handles everything automatically. The third pillar is secure procurement standards. This means evaluating the security of devices before they ever enter your business environment. Sarah now has a checklist that every smart device must pass before purchase. Does the manufacturer provide regular security updates? How long will they support this device? What data does it collect, and where does that data go? She learned that the cheapest smart devices often have the worst security. Manufacturers cut costs by skipping security features and never releasing updates. Now, she only purchases devices from vendors who demonstrate ongoing security commitment. She pays slightly more upfront, but eliminates massive security risks. These 3 strategies work together as a comprehensive defense system. Network segmentation contains any breaches that do occur. Automated firmware governance prevents most attacks from succeeding in the first place. Secure procurement ensures you're not bringing new vulnerabilities into your environment. Sarah's transformation was dramatic. After implementing these strategies, her business became a much harder target. Hackers look for easy victims, and businesses with proper segmentation, current firmware, and vetted devices require too much effort for most attackers. The ongoing maintenance is minimal because automation handles the heavy lifting. Her network segmentation rules run automatically. Firmware updates happen on schedule without her intervention. New device purchases follow established security criteria. She spends less time worrying about security and more time running her business. Most importantly, Sarah eliminated her biggest blind spots. She knows exactly what devices are on her network, what security level they maintain, and how they're isolated from critical systems. When new vulnerabilities are discovered, her automated systems identify affected devices and prioritize updates accordingly. The cost of implementing these advanced strategies was less than half of what the original attack cost her. The peace of mind is invaluable. Sarah now sleeps well, knowing that her business has proactive protection instead of hoping reactive measures will be enough. This is what separates businesses that survive cyber attacks from those that get devastated by them. Advanced strategic security creates multiple layers of protection. Even if one layer fails, the other layers prevent serious damage to your business operations. What's the most critical data your business handles, and how confident are you that it's safe from a smart device breach? Your customer information, financial records, and operational systems deserve better protection than hoping basic security measures will be enough. Advanced proactive security beats reactive cleanups every time. You can either invest in proper protection now or pay much more later when an attack shuts down your business. The key takeaway is that proactive, strategic security beats reactive measures every time. Next time, we'll put all the pieces together and show you why trying to manage all this yourself is the biggest risk of all, and how you can get comprehensive, done-for-you protection.